All right, y'all, we're gonna get started here in a moment or two. Go ahead and drop your scent of the day in the chat. We'll get going here in just a moment. All right, what's good, y'all? Welcome to the live stream for SmellGoodz. Appreciate you stopping through. Appreciate you hanging out, making sure I can be heard. I think my levels are good. Everything's going well. Appreciate you all coming through. As you're coming in, of course, first of all, just say hi, say what's up to everybody in the chat. And then also, of course, make sure you hit that like button. Definitely appreciate that. Let's see, Joel's first in the chat already. Sin of the day, blind Draga free? Patchouli mojito. Ooh. Okay. Because mojito is one of the drinks that I'm a fan of mojitos, right? But patchouli mojito, might have to see if I can get nose on that as well. All right. Cool video. Yeah, appreciate that, man. It is. So what that is, I do a lot of things trying to play around with AI, learn AI, use it, what have you. And so I took one of my pictures that I use also just for a lot of the thumbnails. I took that picture, threw it in the chat GPT, told it to do it boondock style. Then I threw it into some other tool, Veil or so, or one of those, and was like, let's do a video off it. So playing around with it. I'm probably trying to expand it, see if I can get a few more things. In fact, on the recent videos, my title card, SmellGoodz, that's AI as well. So really cool, just something to play around with and get it going. All right, appreciate you, Joel. Thanks again for stopping through. I see there's others of you all watching. Go ahead and make sure you go ahead and drop that sin of the day in there, and make sure you hit that like button. If you have not already, if I haven't earned a subscribe yet, hopefully by the end of this time, I will have earned a subscribe from you, like more than 5,000 of y'all have done already. Make sure you're in the place next Tuesday. I am doing a live. Again, right now, Tuesday looks to be my night that I do lives. So, but next Tuesday, I'm trying to get a couple of guests on. Definitely have some giveaways. The Scent Bubble, another channel, he's said he's going to donate a bottle to a giveaway. Day 3 Fragrances has already given a discovery set towards the giveaway, as well as see who else shows up. Oh, Terrence over at Nazar Fragrances said he's going to give something away as well, and he may join us as well. So definitely make sure you make plans to be here next Tuesday. In fact, I'll probably work on the graphic and have that ready just so you can kind of lock it in. All right, as far as my scent of the day, where is it? My scent of the day from Savoir Faire, Soul Cafe. This orange up top, coffee, trying to remember what else was in this, but this is just a nice scent that it's gonna be a full bottle for me. This from Savoir Faire is gonna be a full bottle, just because this definitely works. Something to throw on, something to have hanging around. Let me pull that up real quick. Yeah, blood orange, coffee, tobacco, pepper, bergamot, lavender, oud. Yeah, if you haven't gotten your nose on this, you may want to check it out. In fact, check out Soul Cafe, check out Savoir Faire. Great brand, a few different things that are just kind of off the beaten path in some respects, but yeah. All right, so that's my scent of the day. Let's jump back in. We're gonna get started here in a moment. I've got some decants that I got from, well, I'll tell you the company and I'll give you some things about this company that I ordered it from. All right. Let's see. Joe says, by the way, got Aromatics French Avenue Platine Blanc on Joma Shot. We'll have to wait a long time. Yeah, it's one of those. It probably was what, 1 to 2 weeks or 3 to 4 weeks, which means cross your fingers, pray you get it, right? Least it's ordered. Also 10 mil of Evolure Discover Me. Okay. Hope I pronounced that right. Not got with me, but order. Okay, gotcha. Scent of the day, Versace the Dreamer. Smelling good over there. All right. Savoir Faire is on the list for the fall. Yeah. In fact, I'm going to Atlanta October, and hopefully I'll get a chance to stop in to his studio. He's got, I think where he does like his clothing and everything too. He has the Black Nose Lab. So hopefully I'll get a chance to stop through there, put my nose. I think there's only 2, maybe 3 out of his collection that I don't have. At least all of them I have are the 10 ml travel sprays, but there's 2, maybe 3 that I don't have. So I'll be able to put my nose on the full collection. And he's got some other Black-owned fragrances there too. So it'll be good to check out, see what he's got, what's there, and see what we're working with. But hopefully I'll be able to make that happen when I get there, just because I know it's not open every day. Tommy, what's good, my guy? What's up, bro? Scent of the day, Spice and Wood by Creed. I haven't heard that one in a while. Yeah, good one. All right, so tonight, and I promise we're not going to be long tonight. I've actually got to do packing. I got a trip. We're leaving tomorrow, heading to San Antonio, and I've mentioned it probably enough, but San Antonio, there's a place that I go to in San Antonio where he's got a distributor that hits up all of the Middle Eastern brands, as well as he's got some other, just everything as far as designer and what have you, at pretty decent prices. For me, it's basically being able to go there, smell what I want to put my nose on, and then I may pay $5 over what I might be able to find it online. So for me, it's like I can go there, smell, and then not have to pay for shipping and get that immediate. So, but I gotta pack, because your boy's been kind of lazy as far as packing. I've been working on other stuff, trying to get some videos ready so that while I'm out, there's still videos dropping. So that's my plan. So we're not going to be here all night, but I got in one of the fragrance groups that I'm in, there's a decanter there who had some amazing deals as far as just the prices that he was offering on stuff that was, I wanted to put my nose on. That's the good part. The bad part is that he's kind of like the Joma shop of decanting, right? It took me 3 weeks to get this stuff. 3 weeks, y'all, for some decants. So we're gonna go through these. We're gonna run through these. I've got, I think, total maybe 9 of them. We'll probably just go through maybe 5 and then save the other 4 for another time, but we'll kind of run through them and see what we got. So first one up is Blessed Baraka, which is from Initio. I know I've not put nose on it, but let's see what we get here. So you do get vanilla, and I get musk on this. This is definitely winter, fall, winter. I could rock this. This is more evening to me as well. Not bad. Yeah, Blessed Baraka is nice. This can be an intentional fragrance too, right? Not just evening, but this could be one of those mood setting type of fragrances. I could even see this being unisex. So I could even potentially see this on my wife. I'd be interested to see how it comes off her skin and how it comes off my skin, just because we know paper, it changes some a little, right? But Blessed Baraka's not bad. Solid one from the house of Initio. Yeah. I'm already on my barber keeps talking about he wants to get Narcotic Delight. I don't know if he's pulled the trigger on it yet, but Narcotic Delight's a banger. Atomic Rose. I'm a fan of Oud for Greatness, but this is another one to add to the list. Paragon's another one. So a good one from Initio. All right. Let's see. Let's jump back in. Tommy said, have I thought about making my own fragrance? So not necessarily me being in the lab as much as maybe collaborating with the brand, with the perfumer, what have you, and yeah, releasing a collab type of fragrance. Yeah, I've thought about it. I actually have, my wife and I were just talking about one of the connections. We'll see kind of how it goes, and that may be something that I present to them and say, hey, have you thought about? But yeah, that's something that at some point in my journey, I think would be cool. I think it'd be cool to have my name or logo on a bottle and have something that has my thoughts in it, right? And so here's the thing. Oops, sorry. Here's the thing, even because just the way I am, I'm a thinker, I'm a planner, I'm a strategist. I'm always thinking, and this is my wife grounds me, right? If you're not married, find a woman who grounds you. If you are a visionary like me, who is always like 5 steps ahead, find you a woman who is going to help you get those 5 steps and not just keep looking ahead. But I even thought about how would I name them, right? And as I poke, because there's a brand that kind of uses a similar strategy, but I've lived a few different places, like, right? I grew up in Chicago. I lived in Atlanta for a while. My wife and I met in Oklahoma. We lived out in DC, Maryland for a while, and now we're out in Phoenix. So I was like, man, if I were to have a fragrance line, like a few different fragrances, I would probably like have some iconic neighborhoods in each of those cities that I lived in, have that as the bottle and kind of be the inspiration, right? So for Chicago, it might be Cottage Grove, it might be Jackson Park, or I might even be Hyde Park, right? That would be probably a bottle there. For Atlanta, it might be College Park, right? Or West End, because that's where the school that I went to was. Tulsa would definitely be Greenwood, right? Phoenix, I'd have to think about Phoenix because there's some nice neighborhoods around here. But to answer your question, yes, I have thought about making my own fragrance, as far as collabing, as far as connecting with someone and kind of putting my scent profile in a bottle. Yeah, definitely. Don't forget, yes, definitely make sure you're hitting that thumbs up. Make sure, in fact, let me look over here and see what y'all are doing, because I see about 9-10 of y'all in the chat. 6 likes. Okay, that's good. I can appreciate that. Appreciate all of that. Teddy, what's good? Taste and Sense, what's up? What's good, my guy? Good to see you. Ready, greeting, Joel. Yep. All right. Let's jump. So that first one was Blessed Baraka, which definitely now it will probably wait in line, just because for me, Atomic Rose and Narcotic Delight will probably be ahead of it for me. But definitely a solid fragrance that could definitely work as a bottle worthy fragrance. All right, good deal. Let's jump now to this one. This one is, you may not be able to see it, but this is Beach Hut. And again, like I said, this is from Lone Star Decants. If you do come across them and order them from them, my only warning to you is the price is great. He does like 50% off of stuff. Prices are great. Just if you're in a hurry to get it, you can find other places. All right. This one is Beach Hut. So Amwage's Beach Hut. All right. This isn't what I imagined. This is not what I imagined. With the name Beach Hut, this is very green. Yeah. It's not bad. It's just, you know how you go and you go to drink something and you have your taste buds all set for one thing, and then you get something completely different? That's what this is. With the name Beach Hut, I'm imagining just my thought process is tropical, maybe fruity, or even oceanic, you know, those type of things. It would evoke to me a beach scene. That's not what I'm getting here. I get very green. I want to say mint. There's some woodiness in this as well. Yeah, it's okay, but it's not. I'm not clamoring for it. I'm not like, I may have to take a moment and come back to it, just because it is throwing me. Whoever named this, whoever was the guy who's like, smelled this and was like, we're gonna name this Beach Hut, they should be fired. Sorry. All right, let's take a look at this, see what this is. All right, give me a second here. All right, so on this, top notes are mint, galbanum, orange blossom. Okay, I can pick up the orange. Ivy, vetiver, moss, woody notes, myrrh, and patchouli. I don't know about you, but none of that. See that now, if they're going for like the thatch roofing on a beach hut, they might have nailed it that way. But they could have called it Beach Hut roof, right? Because there's nothing in here that to me speaks beach. Nothing there. All right. Let's jump in. D-Boogie, yeah, it threw you for a loop too when you first smelled Beach Hut. Not what you were thinking or expecting at all. Liked it, but it took a second take. So I'll give it a second take. I'm just saying, you listen. You know how you got your mouth all set for something. It looks good, and then you taste it and it's trash. Now, I'm not calling this trash. I'm not calling it trash. But what I'm saying is that it tastes bad because your taste buds are wanting one thing and you're getting something else, right? Like for example, my wife is pescatarian, so she eats mainly fish and vegetarian, right? So she gets like the black bean burgers and stuff like that. So she gets the veggie foods. And so, she even gets like the chicken, the cauliflower wings, right? We go to Buffalo Wild Wings, she gets the cauliflower wings. So it's like expecting to bite into some Asian zing wings at Buffalo Wild Wings, and you bite in and you get cauliflower. Cauliflower is not bad. You just were expecting a little meat with it, right? So that's kind of what this is. It's just that way. All right. So that's that. Ricky says, I'm in San Antonio often. What's a good spot for cologne fragrances in San Antonio? So the place that I go to it's in the hood, first of all. It's at a flea market called Eisenhower Mall or Eisenhower Market, whatever it's called. And it's called Smell This Perfumes. In fact, they're on Facebook. Smell This Perfumes. he's got a nice spot within this flea market, really, but it's jam packed with um, tons of Middle Eastern brands like Latafas, Afnans. Um, he even I saw recently he's got the Game of Spades line, but he also has your designers. He also has testers of like Creed and Bond Number 9 at pretty decent prices, right? You may not always be able to find, like, for example, the testers of Creed or Bond Number 9 better than what you might be able to find online. But it's that trade-off of if you're ordering, let's say, from Joma Shop and waiting 2, 3, 4 weeks, months, whatever, or having the immediate and paying, $10, $15 more, that's it. But that's where I go in San Antonio. I'll be in San Antonio starting tomorrow. And my wife, just because of everything we got going on, I might even stop through there tomorrow after we get off the plane because it's by our hotel. So yeah. All right. Be nice to put a logo on a t-shirt for your followers that would be on your fragrance bottle in the near future. Glad you said that as well, Tommy. Man, you are balling on it today. So I have a shirt that I just created. I'll see if I can maybe pull it up. But I have a t-shirt that says "Smell good or stay home." And then on the back, and let me know, in fact, let me know in the chat if this is something you all be interested in. Because the front says "Smell good or stay home." And then the back has my logo, and then it has the subscribe logo or subscribe image there. That's something that you guys are interested in. Let me know. I'll definitely put it up on the store. That way, if you want to order it, you can. But I was also thinking about maybe just taking off the back the big logo of SmellGoodz and just having subscribe. Kind of thinking through it different ways, but let me know what your thoughts are. And definitely I can do that. I'll probably put some pictures up. In fact, I'll probably make sure to put a picture or two up in the community. That way you can check it out, vote on it, and see if that's something you guys want added and want to be able to order from. But yeah, Tommy, that'd be cool. The other thing, for those of y'all that missed, in fact, I'm gonna challenge you if you're just coming in. Joel saw it, check, and some of you may have seen it at the beginning, but I did an AI video as an opener. I'm really into like using AI for a lot of things. Like my logo was created by AI. All right, just a fun fact there. All right, in San Antonio, we talked about that. Ricky's in. Hey, Ricky. All right, what's up, Joel? Just joined. How close is Oud Madness to Oud Maracuja? It's in there. I won't. In fact, I'm at a place right now where there's very few things I would say are one-to-one. It is in the space 85, 90 percentile. I haven't put nose on the OG in a moment, and I definitely haven't put my nose on it since I've gotten Oud Madness. I can tell you Oud Madness is definitely in the space. But the question is, again, especially if there are fragrances that you may not have smelled the OG, if you're looking at the clone, the main thing for me is how does that one smell? If you've never smelled the OG, the question you really want to ask yourself is how does the clone smell? Because that could be a pointer to the OG, but the main thing is it's got to smell good anyway. So, all right, cool. Are you following me, Moel? All right, John, Deep Boogie, yes, definitely interested. Okay, all right, definitely. I'll put that, like I said, look for that on the community tab, just because I'll put it out there just so everybody can kind of see. And then I can add that to the store, maybe a couple of different options as far as colors and all that fun stuff. All right, cool. All right, let's jump in. Let's jump back. Now, the next three are from the House of City Rhythm. And City Rhythm is basically an independent niche house that it looks like a lot of their stuff have to do with city. So definitely something that I think is cool and interesting. This one is, looks like this is Puerto Rico. Yeah, this is Puerto Rico. All right. Ooh. The fruitiness that hits on this at the beginning. Mango, Little pineapple up in there as well. And there's it feels like I want to say lime. Okay. This Puerto Rico. This Puerto Rico is what I might have expected Beach Hut to smell like, right? If he had named this Beach Hut, I'd be like, yeah, that's on point. But Puerto Rico, now I've never been to Puerto Rico, plan on taking a cruise, getting down to Puerto Rico at some point. But yeah, this is fire. This is nice. Perfect for this time of year. I am taking another cruise in 2 months, 56 days. I'm gonna hold on to this and we're gonna wear this at least one of the days. Yeah, let's go to the notes, see what we got going on. Lime, mango, pineapple, milk up top. Awesome. Coconut, melon, apricot, neroli, vanilla, musk, or coconut, melon, apricot, and neroli in the middle. And then base is vanilla, musk, and driftwood. This one right here. Yeah. That right there is nice. Okay. We're gonna add that to the list because that's now this might just because of time. Well, no, I still got enough time because my summer here really doesn't end until end of September. This could make its way into my collection soon. That's just how much I'm feeling this. Okay. That's a good one. That's a good one. All right. Let's jump back in. In case you're wondering, that's why the way Gian says hello to me. Okay. Gotcha. Makes sense. All right. Puerto Rico was the favorite until you got your nose on Martha's Vineyard. St. John's is fire too. Okay. I don't have either of those, but if you're telling me that Martha's Vineyard and St. John's was your favorite, are your favorites now over Puerto Rico, I'm gonna have to put my nose on them because Puerto Rico's nice. Puerto Rico is nice, my friend. All right. John seems to be hyped lately. D Boogie, Martha's Vineyard. Okay. You really made an excellent frag with Martha's. No lie, that plum and black coconut are special. Okay. I like a plum fragrance too now. I'm good with the plum fragrance. All right. Y'all seen the Poop Cruise documentary? Yes. Well, let's talk about that for a moment. My wife and I have now been on, this will be our 4th cruise. Yeah. My 4th, her 5th. For me, cruising is the way to vacation. I don't have to worry about traffic. I don't have to worry about where I'm going to eat. I don't have to worry about entertainment. I pay for the boat. The gratuities are included. I'm really good as far as what I've spent then, right? I just got to get to the boat and relax. That cruise documentary was like, dude, that was foul. If you haven't seen it, it's on Netflix. That was foul. Just the way them people had to do all the stuff they had to do because yeah. All right. Yes, I saw that. All right. Black coconut. What's a black coconut? It smells, it's like a smoked coconut smell. Interesting. Kind of smoky. Okay. Wife and you are going on a honeymoon cruise in December. No poop allowed except where it's supposed to be. Exactly. In the toilet, not in a red bag. Yes. Congratulations on that. Where you all going? That's the question. Where are you going? Because and which port are you leaving out of? East side, west side, LA side, or Miami? Where have you? My buddy, his wife, he got remarried after he lost his first wife. They went on an Alaska cruise and they loved it. Cruising is the way to go. I'm sorry. All right, let's jump back in. Let's tap back in. This is Miami. Miami. All right. Let's get my tester strip. Okay. I get some saffron and some lime out of this. Now, I would expect this is more of a toned down tropical feel. Whereas Puerto Rico is like full on tropics. This is subdued tropics. I mean, I get the feel, but it's a subdued kind of tropic feel. Not bad. If I'm choosing between this and Puerto Rico's winning hands down. Now, the way I would put this even, this could work as a daytime scent in some respect. This might even, especially in the spring and summer, this could work as an office scent, surprisingly. Just it's toned down enough and not overpowering, not loud where it becomes a distraction. It's a nice smelling scent. It's just and maybe it's just my nose after Puerto Rico. This is more muted. This is more toned down. Yeah. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad at all. All right. Let's jump back in. Western Mexico out of Tampa. Okay. Good deal. Good deal. All of our cruises have been, well, 3 of them have been out of LA since we're in Phoenix. So that's a 45-minute flight out to LA or 6-hour drive. But we did, for my family reunion, we did go out of Galveston. Galveston Beach is foul. I'm sorry, but the cruise was good. Although we went at the time that we went it rained a lot, so we didn't really get to enjoy the pool as much as I wanted to, and hanging out. And we missed a port. We actually went back to a previous port just because the storm was one of them tropical storms. So, but yeah, that should be good. Good. Glad to hear that, man. From Veracruz. Good, good. Which cruise line do I prefer? So I am, two of them have been Carnival. This next one is going to be Royal Caribbean. So I've done 2 Carnival. I've already done 1 Royal Caribbean, and this next one will be Royal Caribbean. I prefer, just for the entertainment factor, the feel of the boat and everything, I prefer Carnival. However, Royal Caribbean, we're going on Royal Caribbean again this time because the last time we went on Royal Caribbean, a lot of things on the boat weren't in working order. Like, they only had 1 whirlpool or 1 hot tub. I'm sorry, thousands of people, even in the adult section, right? In the adult only section, they just had 1 hot tub that was working, and I'm not going to be in a sauna boot, a broth with 100 other people. That don't work for me. And granted, it was a shorter cruise. It was like one of those 3-night cruises. So the entertainment was just kind of there. I'm not an ice skating type of person. So that was the entertainment. All right. This cruise that I'm taking, the thing that I'm looking forward to is that it's allowing us to spend a night in Cabo. So like we'll dock in Cabo and get off the boat at like 11 o'clock. And then we don't have to be back on the boat until like 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon the next day. So that really just opens up for us to really spend some time in Cabo, hang out, what have you. So, and it's one of the newer boats. So hopefully our experience is a little better. After that, I can tell you which one I prefer. But right now, if I had to make a choice, Carnival is my first choice. Royal Caribbean, we'll check it out. All right. New Florida coach. Order some samples of limonada and porthole. Okay, good deal. Good deal. Beach Hall got coming. Excellent. Been to Phoenix. It's nice but extremely hot. Yes, it is. But here's the thing I'll tell you, because I moved here from Tulsa. I grew up in Chicago. I'm allergic to winter now. I'm allergic to snow. I don't have to be anywhere where there's snow. We were in San Antonio earlier this year, I think it was, and it was great. And then the weather was shifting and they were calling for a snowstorm. I changed my flight from later that day and moved it up that same morning because I was like, I'm allergic to snow. I can't do it. I don't do it anymore. All right. And the other thing about the heat here is, one, it is a dry heat. So you don't have the humidity, which I'll take 110 degree weather over 90 degrees with 100% humidity any day. I'll take that any day. It's hot, yes, but it's bearable. Once you've been here for a few months, your body adjusts. I'm not saying it just feels cool, but you get used to the heat. But the winter time is where it's the magical. That's where, Christmas Day, especially, we had our kids that were, we would get them a bike for Christmas. They could go out on Christmas Day and go ride their bike. The weather here during the winter is phenomenal. 60s, may drop down to the 50s, but I love Phoenix. All right. Ricky, man, I'm sorry. That water in Galveston, bruh. That water was like, this is a beach. I ain't feeling it. We went over to the, because it was my family reunion, so we went over to the Bubba Gump restaurant over there, and then we kind of like walking over and looking over the pier and everything. I was like, yeah, let's just get on the boat because I'm not hanging out on that beach at all. All right. D Boogie says alternate between Florida and Louisiana for ports. Excellent. Good deal. So you're a Royal Caribbean fan. Okay. Carnival has too many kids for my wife. I like how turned up Carnival gets, but the food on Royal is my tipping point. Well, because the food that was on this last Royal Caribbean trip, the one that we went on, wasn't hitting. It was not. It was like, we actually went to the paid restaurants just because that's where the food was better for us. The buffet was just like, at least on this last one. So we'll see how it is on this next one. I get the kids. I'm hoping that when we go on this trip, because it's in the middle of September, my hope is that we don't see nary a kid there. Or if we do, they're the homeschool kind that are in their room doing homework, not running around at all hours of the day and night. That's the thing, right? North Carolina heat here, 98 with 1,000% humidity. Yes, my wife has family in North Carolina, and yeah, we try and go visit when it's not the summer. Yeah, if we go visit. All right, I said it's her family. All right, enough of that. All right, you may want to think about Carnival. I'm in Houston. The heat and humidity will suffocate you. Yeah, absolutely. Do a giveaway at the end of a fragrance. You don't wear that much anymore. I may, in fact, what I probably will do is I'll figure out something for my for next week, because next week again is going to be the live stream giveaway. That the live stream celebration of hitting 5,000. Thanks to each and every one of you. But like I said, I know the Scent Bubble has offered to give a bottle. Terrence over at Nazar Fragrances, got to confirm with him, but he's supposed to be giving a bottle as a giveaway. I have a discovery set from day 3 that they gave to me for the giveaway, and so I'll look through my collection, and in fact I'll even commit to this. I know I've got some things that some companies have sent me that I either have just a different clone of it that I'm wearing more, but I'll kind of figure out what those are and maybe throw those in as well as part of the giveaways. And I'll do a few different giveaways that way. It's not just one person getting a bunch of stuff, but kind of spreading it around. So that'll be the thing we look to do next week. So that make sure you're here for that. All right. Good idea though. Thanks, Tommy. All right. Let's jump back. I think I've got one more and then we'll just kind of chop it up a little more. And then, like I said, I got to go pack. I think all my clothes are washed that I'm taking. I just got to, and in the dryer. So I just got to get them out. All right. This next one is, what is this? Manhattan at midnight. All right. So this does come off as definitely an evening scent. There's a little citrus, and I want to say a little spice. Not bad. This could definitely be evening. Not necessarily intentional. This is not for me. I wouldn't call this an intentional fragrance. This is more of an out and about on an evening in the city type of fragrance. This isn't trying to make things happen. If when I say intentional, I'm talking about date night, romantic night. You getting your thing on, right? I don't necessarily get that from this. But this is kind of like just out and about, hanging out with friends. Could be your lady, but it's not necessarily, it's not like a romantic evening atmosphere type of a fragrance. All right. Let me pull up and see what we got on this one. All right, so up top is violet leaf, cinnamon, and bergamot. Okay. Tea, myrrh, pimento leaf, olibanum, and labdanum in the mid, and then base is tobacco, vanilla, cedar, and vetiver. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. If I had to rank the city rhythm ones, because it was 3 of them for this one, Puerto Rico will be my number 1. I might even give Manhattan at midnight my 2nd spot, and then the 3rd spot going to Miami. Just if I had to put them in order, right? Puerto Rico is definitely the top one for me. That is the one that is like, that could become something very soon, right? I'll have to look and see if I can find what the bottles look like, and if I can find one in maybe one of the groups. We'll check that out. But yeah, that's how it would rank those 3. But I've got now on my radar, I think you all said Martha's Vineyard. And what was the other one? Let me look back up. Let me see if I can find it. Martha's Vineyard and St. John's. Okay. Martha's Vineyard, St. John's. Okay. So I'll definitely be on the lookout, see if I can get decants or samples of those and see what that's looking like as well. All right. Ricky, what time are you going live next Tuesday? So I'm trying to keep it consistent. So 6 p.m. Arizona time, which makes it 8 p.m. Central time, which makes that 9 p.m. East Coast. So we'll do it that way. So every Tuesday is my plan, my goal. That's the night that right now fits best into my schedule and my wife's schedule, because she goes live for some things for our ministry and just some other things that she's doing. So this is when we're good. All right. Miami gets a little too tonic on dry down compared to Puerto Rico. Yeah. It's like I said, it seems, and again, it could be because that Puerto Rico is such a punch in the nose. Like when that sprayed, it was like, it was a good punch in the nose. It could be that because I got that big hit, that Miami comes behind that is a little more, it feels just a little more subdued, but Miami's good. It's just, it ain't comparing. It ain't comparing. All right. What else is going on in fragrance world? So I don't know if day three is on your radar, but day three just announced a new fragrance that's in there. It's another collab that they have. I know I won't be able to go this weekend, but I'll probably go over to the studio next weekend. So first weekend in August, I'll probably go over there and see if I can put nose on it. It's Desert Rain. In fact, let me pull up real quick and get the notes on that, because it had some interesting notes. Because like one of the notes was like the smell of fresh rain, which I'm like, you captured that. That's good. So up top on this one, this is Desert Rain from day three. So sounds interesting because top notes are juniper, cactus blossom, nutmeg, and bergamot. Heart is papyrus, green tea, and the Desert Rain Accord, sage, and then on base you've got sandalwood, molybdenum, leather, and dry woods. So it sounds interesting. It sounds interesting. The great thing about where I live is day three, Michael and his team, they have a boutique. They just recently got a boutique here. They are from this area, and so whenever my wife goes to get her hair done, we are on that side of town. We're over in the Chandler Gilbert area. So whenever she does that, I'm always over there smelling and what have you. So I'll probably slip over to where Michael is and put nose on it, chop it up with him a little bit, and I'll report back if I don't get a nose on it before. But I am definitely interested in this Desert Rain. All right. Simon, what's up? Hey, good to see you, my guy. Thanks for stopping through. Thank everyone for hanging out. Let's see where them likes are. See if y'all doing y'all job. I haven't mentioned it a lot. Got 12 likes. Got 11 in the chat. Folks that come in, drop likes. Appreciate that. That's helpful. Definitely appreciate that. Mirror Image Fragrance is somewhere in Texas. Okay. I might have to look that up and see what we got there. See if it's anywhere near where I am. All right. In love with day three right now. Del Mar, Trace Orals, Philosophia are bangers. Philosophia is probably going to make its way into my collection because for me, that's perfect for fall and winter. So we're hitting there. Philosophia is one of the ones, absolutely. Del Mar, I have a Scandalo from them, that guava, not juniper, jasmine. This to me is, in fact, the way I described it in a recent video, it's like tropical fresh lemon, right? It's just a really nice scent as far as Scandalo. And then I have Trace Orals, which Trace Orals was surprising how sweet it is, but how light and almost, I call it a fresh citrus. I mean, a fresh gourmand, just because it doesn't come off dense like your normal gourmand. So day three is one of the houses that I'm definitely digging. So, and then I got my wife. If you're looking for a fragrance for your wife from day three, a number of their fragrances are unisex, completely unisex. But the what's the one that they just released? Royal Reflection. That was their other collab. My wife loves that, and it lasts really good on her. It lasts really good. All right. Blaine, good to see you, my guy. Good to see you. Aloha, Kevin. Sorry, late to the party. No worries. The fact that you stopped through is reward enough. Scent of the day, Terre de Mes, ou Givre. Excellent. If you remember, the fresh rain note is petrichor. Yes, that's actually the actual name that he lists in other places is petrichor, but I think just on his website to kind of cut down on the what is petrichor, he just put it as the Desert Rain Accord. Yep. In Trace Orals, yeah, Yeah, I remember when he was talking about releasing it, and I had seen the note list. I was like, that sounds amazing. The plantain, I know there's vanilla. That Trace Oros is good. That might be, I don't want to say underrated fragrance just because there are a lot of people that are like digging it, but it is. I think he even mentioned last time I talked to him, he's trying to enter that one in some contest for some awards for fragrance this year. So hopefully that pans out for them. But day three is doing some good stuff. Um, the thing that I like about day three is that there's really not a bad one in the bunch. There's really not one that I've put nose on from them. I've put nose on everything except this latest one. There's nothing in there that he's got that I'm looking at and saying, that was a miss. Everything is good. There's some that of course are just going to be more your scent profile than others, but there's not anything that you're looking at it and saying, this is not good, right? So yeah, day three is definitely a house that I'm appreciating and I fully support. I want him to succeed and want him to do all that he's doing. And it's good. Yeah. So definitely day three is a good brand to check out. All right. Amber Dominicano is another one I love. Yeah. I'm trying to remember. I think is it Amber Dominicano? Let me see. Cause one of them, so I compare, I think it's the Amber Dominicano, whichever one is the lime and the cola type of fragrance. I compare that, and partly just because I was smelling that, or I got that discovery set and smelled that shortly after I had Tonka Cola by Mancera. And I equate the two, I always kind of just equate the two together because there's that Coca-Cola note. Day three's version, yeah, that's one. Yeah, so day three's version, Amber Dominicano, I makes me appreciate that because the Tonka Cola, I know a lot of folks love that. A lot of folks are on that one. For me, Tonka Cola is too much like I spilled Coke on myself, right? It's too much for me like a can of Coca-Cola exploded on me, and then I'm just walking around smelling like dried Coca-Cola. But Amber Dominicano does that and gives you the right mindset, the right feel to it, that you don't mind that Coca-Cola or that cola accord. It's just there. It's good. It's good. All right. My favorite Parfum de Marly Altair clone. I've got to go with Liquid Brune. Liquid Brune for me is my go-to for, I don't have it on it's on my thing back there. Liquid Brune is my PDM Altair clone. That's it. I don't, there's one or two I've put my nose on. Some have also said that it is in the space of Mercedes-Benz Club Black. I get that they're two different fragrances. But as far as a clone, a take on Altair, you got to go with Liquid Brune. I think that's the winner by default. I think that just is it, right? Blaine, I don't think there's a bad one in the entire D3 lineup. Yeah, facts. There's nothing. In fact, I'm on their site right now. There is nothing that I'm looking at, and I'll even say ones that initially I was like, it's okay. When I went back and smelled again, I was like, yeah, I get it, right? Aylin, banger. Bonnie, banger. And for a while he had the Bonnie body oil. I didn't get a chance to get it. He may still have it. I don't know. I mean, when I go through, I'll see if he's got any bottles left. But he had the Bonnie body oil, banger, right? Downtown Deja Vu, nice. Del Mar, solid. Philosophia, solid. Philosophia is the one. Let me just pull that. Yeah, you got the black pepper, bergamot, the dark chocolate, hazelnut, tobacco. That, like I said, that will definitely be one that will work its way for this coming fall and winter. That's a banger, right? Nothing in day three that I've come across is bad. Okay. And that's really not a lot of brands you can say that on. Not a lot of folks you can say everything is nice. Some may not be your full scent profile out of day 3, but I don't think anybody's going to walk away from it with a day 3 fragrances saying that was garbage. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen. All right. Let's see what else. I think that's for the most part it. Like I said, I don't want to hold you guys too long. We're about to hit that hour mark here. But definitely make sure you're in the place for next week. We're going to do some giveaways. I hope to have some special guests that have the opportunity to stop through. Part of it's just because of time and everything. We'll see what can happen. But I'll also look at a couple of giveaways of things that either I have and I'm no longer using, or just kind of throw in there. We'll do that. We'll make this a nice thing to give away. The reason I didn't do it today was because I wanted to make sure that anything I did have to send out, I wanted to make sure it wasn't going to be delayed because I was out of town. So I hit 5,000 actually like last week before last, but I wanted to make sure I do it. So definitely that. Michael Paul's blends are so clean, just love his work. Yeah, and he's a good guy. I mean, I've had a chance to talk to him. My wife and I stopped by the boutique, and I think the second week that he was open, and just chopped it up with him, talked about a variety of things, not just perfumery, but just a variety of things. They have an amazing story as to how he got into this space and why he transitioned into this space, because he was actually planting a church in the area. So over in Queen Creek, 20-30 minutes away from where I live, they were planting a church. Then COVID hit and they were looking for some other things, and they just felt led to start day 3, and it's just been an amazing ride for them. So yeah, I'm a fan of Michael Paul. I'm a fan of their brand. I'm a fan of their company, and I really do want them to succeed. That's my goal. All right. Appreciate a great live. Have a great night. Appreciate you coming through. Quick question. Some of your JPG clones. So, I mean, of course you got 9 p.m. That to me is the OG, right? Yeah, I mean, that's one. The Kingdom is another one that I have that I'm definitely, that's special as well. I'm trying to think what else I have as far as John Paul Gaultier. The Island's another good one. So Cottage Island is another. So those are my 3 that I have. Of the 3, I'm gonna say Kingdom is probably my number 1. 9 p.m. is a nostalgic number 1, just because it kind of is one of the ones that kind of really helped me move into the space of fragrances. But for me, 9 p.m. and that, I'm at the point where it leans a little too young for me, right? But yeah. So I've watched some of your videos recently. I always listen to you talk about fragrances. You remind me of my best friend. I appreciate that. I do. Because my hope is to, again, I appreciate each and every one of you stopping through. If I'm can I just be for a moment, I appreciate the fact that when I jumped into this space, I was just like, I'm just going to do it. And over the course of really just about a year, I just celebrated my year of doing content on this channel for fragrances at the end of last month. In essentially less than a year, nearly 5,000 of you at that point, and now over 5,000 of you have come aboard and watch videos and comment and what have you. So I'm honored the fact that you guys appreciate what I bring to the table. And I hope to continue to just bring good content to you all, and we just continue to build and grow from here. So I appreciate that. Definitely appreciate that. All right. No, he didn't do any maggot tricks for me. I do. In fact, I remember seeing pictures of him in his like magician's outfit and what have you. He didn't do any magic tricks that time. I might have to ask him to do some magic tricks for us next time. We'll see. It was kind of crowded the last time we went, so we'll see. All right. Yes, Joel. Appreciate you. Take care. Smell good, everyone. Again, as I say, as we're about to sign off, as always, stay safe, stay sane, stay smelling good. And then I'm going to throw up this video. Let me know what y'all think, either in the comments or just over the community page. Let me know what y'all think of this video, just because I'm going to throw it back up and work on it some more. But it's an AI video I created, so I'll let it end with this. All right, y'all have a good one. We'll see you next time. Be blessed.